rich history and culture and contributions of Americans with roots in Spain, Mexico, the Caribbean, Central and South America. Our ERG is proud to have 298 members across our organization, representing a diverse array of countries and cultures from Latin America and Spain. We are thrilled to have Las Casas catering here today. They'll be serving delicious elotes and arroz frescas. We'll also be treated to a special ballet folklorico dance performance by Ballet Mexico and Mariel. So please make sure to stick around for that. And now it's my honor to introduce our guest speaker, Luis Garcia. Luis is a distinguished healthcare leader with over 24 years of dedicated service at Houston Methodist. He earned his undergraduate degree in healthcare administration from Southwest Texas State University, where his passion for leadership led him to an internship in Houston Methodist's corporate human resources department. His impact during that internship was so positive that it launched his career, starting with his first professional position at Houston Methodist. Since then, Luis has worked at 3 different hospitals, collaborating with influential healthcare leaders who continue to guide Houston Methodist today. He holds a senior-level HR certification from the Society for Human Resource Management and later transitioned his career into operations management after earning his MBA, with a focus on leadership from the University of Houston downtown. Currently, Luis serves as Director of Operations at Houston Methodist Sugar Land Hospital, where he leads transformative initiatives and continually improves healthcare delivery. In addition to his operational leadership, he is a mentor and preceptor for healthcare administration programs, helping to shape the next generation of healthcare professionals. We are incredibly excited to have Luis with us today as he delivers his first keynote address at Houston Methodist Hispanic Heritage Month. Please join me in welcoming Luis Garcia.
Good afternoon to the Hispanic Heritage Alliance members in attendance today, and to those viewing online. It is an honor to be here with you as we celebrate National Hispanic Heritage Month. Time dedicated to honoring the vibrant culture, rich history, and significant contributions of Hispanic and Latino communities in the United States. The celebration spanning from September 15th through October 15th reflects the vast influence these communities have had on shaping our nation, from arts and culture to the healthcare industry. For me, this is a surreal experience. Out of my wildest dreams would I thought about giving a keynote speech, or any speaking engagement for that matter, here in the beautiful Houston Methodist Framework. I'd like to thank Elder Foz, my executive at Houston Methodist Sugar Land Hospital, and the executive sponsor for this employee resource group for the speaking opportunity. I have a few objectives of this keynote speech to convey. First, I would like to share my personal journey from Southwest Texas State University all the way through getting my career started here at Houston Methodist. Talk a little bit about the roots, my roots connected to the Hispanic community and my origins from Mexico, specifically my parents. Next, I'd like to share some insights into the challenges as it relates to a very important topic that we have to address in the United States, and that is health equity and its impact to the Hispanic community. Last, I'd like to weave in some of the examples to share with you all and give you all the confidence to know that Houston Methodist, our great organization, is poised to make a difference. A little bit of the history here. Back in 1975, my dad immigrated from Mexico to actually Rosenberg, Texas, so just 30 miles southwest of here. And so he originally from Sabinas, Hidalgo, Nuevo León. And my mother's, on the maternal side, my mother's second generation removed, and her descendants are from Coahuila. So my dad has a number of funny stories about his 3 attempts to make it here to the United States. His first attempt in 1975, he was actually caught in San Antonio, Texas. And then he tried again a year later, and he was caught right here in Houston off of Bissonnet and Highway 59. So on his third attempt, he actually met my mother, and that was about 1977. And my mother was actually a single parent, already had 4 children, and my dad was kind of a rebel. He was kind of a rule breaker. So he was the firstborn of a family of 15 children. So firstborns in Mexican culture, very important status, and he broke all sorts of rules. That may be where I got my tenacity from. But nonetheless, one of the things I wanted to do throughout my career is to let my parents know that their sacrifices, the sacrifices that they made in the past and those that they make today, were not going to be lost. So I decided to devote myself to educating myself, and I took on this faithful decision to major in healthcare administration at Southwest Texas State University. The highlight of the undergraduate program there at Texas State is that in your last semester, you have to complete a 600-hour internship. And I decided to make my focus an internship focused on healthcare human resources. Now, while I grew up in Fort Bend County, I really had no understanding of who or what the Texas Medical Center was about. So back in that time, year 1999-2000, I decided to go ahead and go through the phone book. Yes, it was a phone book at the time. And I started cold calling a lot of the healthcare facilities here in the Texas Medical Center. Fortunately for me, the executive secretary for the senior vice president of HR at the time answered my call. And she connected me with the director of human resources for the corporate division. And she decided she wanted to take on an intern in that semester. And so that's where the match was made. So Luis Garcia got to start here back in 2000, the fall of 2000, at Houston Methodist in the corporate human resources department. So I invested 3 years working here in the Texas Medical Center, and a lot of these buildings, not the Houston Methodist owned buildings, were ones that I used to support a number of our corporate HR clients. I've been blessed to work at many other Houston Methodist entities throughout my career as I've been able to progress. And so it's been a fantastic opportunity. So again, 24 years later, I began my professional, 24 years ago, I began my professional career. And that's led to a number of different opportunities. But one of the greatest moments for me was when I got my first paycheck at Houston Methodist. And we used to get paper paychecks. And I still remember that call that I made to my dad. I was like, "Papa, I got my first paycheck." And I needed to call him to tell him how much money I made. And that's when I learned about taxes. So again, for 3 years, I worked at the Texas Medical Center. But today I really want to focus on not just the opportunities that I've had that Houston Methodist has provided me. And more specifically, I want to focus on the critical issue that still demands a lot of attention, and that is health equity. Particularly as it impacts the Hispanic and Latino communities and other minority groups in the United States. This is such an important issue that it's depicted in our very own Pathway Unparalleled infographic. I'm not sure if you all have seen, but take a look at the Pathway Unparalleled infographic on the top right-hand corner. There's a specific message, a specific visual that I want you to focus on. It highlights how Houston Methodist is supporting the diverse communities here within the greater Houston area and beyond. So in that, we make a commitment to addressing population health and health equity in our community and beyond. So I commend Dr. Boone and the Board of Trustees for their courage and willingness to make visible what it means to be leading medicine. As we celebrate our Hispanic heritage, we must also acknowledge persistent challenges facing our community in terms of access to health care. These challenges are not just a matter of inconvenience or discomfort. They are barriers to health, well-being, and even life itself. Health equity is the idea that everyone should have a fair opportunity and fair and just opportunity to achieve their highest potential for health. Unfortunately, this is far from a reality for many minority groups. My personal experience growing up in the thriving Fort Bend County is that I can still remember receiving many of my health services from the local Catholic Church. Many of you all, this probably resonates with you. There's one nun in particular, Sister Mary Walter. I still remember she didn't have the softest of touch when she gave me my vaccines. And she was a woman of great faith and compassion. And for her, I'm eternally grateful. Sadly though, if my parents had a particular health need, they would be more inclined to wait until the next trip to Mexico to receive care. And that's a problem. At Houston Methodist, we're giving hope to our communities. A few years ago, Dr. Boone set a new expectation that he unveiled to the entire Houston Methodist Leadership Assembly, of which I'm a part of. He dubbed it the 5 focus areas, and these resonate for me. It gives me the passion to continue to move forward from a leadership standpoint. The 5 focus areas are: 1, identify and address where we fall short of unparalleled. That is a high standard to achieve. Number two, obsessively focus on our patients, families, and customers. At Houston Methodist Children's Hospital, that gives me the drive to continuously make improvements. I know that at any point in time, my parents, siblings, and other extended family members can walk into the doors of Houston Methodist Children's Hospital, and I want to make sure that they're receiving the best care. Number three, don't let the lines cross. It's an understanding that we know healthcare can be expensive. We have to be financial stewards of our resources. Number four, strengthen our family. We have a great eye care culture. It grows and grows, and we want to make that even stronger. Number five, focus on the and not the or. When we say or, we limit our options. But here at Houston Methodist, we're not about limiting our options. We're about continuous improvement and providing the best care to the patients in our community. As I stand before you here today giving the speech, you should be confident and comforted to know that we have executive teams and their supporting teams who are designing strategies to increase access to our world-class services. These innovators are working to address capacity issues stemming from scheduling inefficiencies that result from long lead times. Others are working on redesigning patient flow and throughput to improve the patient experience. All this to say, this is an exciting time to be one of the 30,000 Houston Methodist employees. It's a great pride and honor for me, certainly. I've given this organization 24 years, and unless they kick me out, I'll likely give another 24. Houston Methodist has strategic plans to address local issues. However, I'm not as confident about measures to improve access at a national level. According to the U.S. Census, Hispanics and Latino populations make up nearly 19% of the U.S. population. That's 62.5 million lives. Despite being such a significant part of the nation's fabric, Hispanics often face disproportionate barriers to health care. Consider this: Hispanic adults are about 3 times more likely than non-Hispanic whites to be uninsured. Lack of insurance leads to delayed care, limited access to preventative services, and higher rates of emergency room visits for issues that could have been managed and prevented if timely care were delivered. Moreover, many Hispanic and Latino individuals face language barriers which can limit their ability to understand medical information or communicate effectively with their healthcare providers. The social determinants of health, factors like education, housing, employment, and access to nutritious foods, also play a role in these disparities. For many Hispanic families, systemic issues like poverty, immigration status, and discrimination create additional hurdles. These factors contribute to higher rates of chronic conditions like diabetes, hypertension, and certain cancers, which are often diagnosed later and treated less effectively. In my personal experience, some of the first doctors were my family members. Many of you might resonate with some of these stories. Typically, my abuelitas or my tias experimented on us and perfected home remedies. I'm certain many of you here can identify what we as Hispanic children were subjected to. Grandma using an egg and some prayers to fend off the effects of the evil eye or lower or high fever. Earaches were managed with large newspaper funnels that were lit and on fire until the trapped air dissipated. Not very safe. Olive oil and salt were rubbed on pancitas to soothe the pain. If home remedies passed down through many generations didn't work, then it was time to pull out the Vicks Vapor Rub. You all remember, right? So my theory on that is that there's a warning label on Vicks Vapor Rub, and it's because of Hispanics. Do not ingest and for external use only. This is also part of my speech where I pause and give kind of a safety disclaimer. To my knowledge, no one was injured in the application of said home remedies. We also never studied the long-term effects either. But thankfully, I'm here speaking to you all today, so I must say that I'm in somewhat good health. What I will also say is that we didn't want to be the first patient to try all these home remedies. The potency and outcomes for the first batch are usually no bueno. So another significant issue affecting health equity in Hispanic communities is the impact of immigration policies and their effects on healthcare access. No matter which political party, immigration policy is significant in that mixed families often seeking medical care due to concerns about deportation or family separation, even when care is desperately needed, is a problem. This fear can have devastating effects on the overall health of the community, particularly for children who may be U.S. citizens but are still affected by these policies. Our Executive Vice President and Chief Executive Officer of Houston Methodist Physician Organization, Dr. Shlomi Shaw, recently featured this topic in an August 2024 podcast. Dr. Shaw discussed tackling health disparities through federal funding and research with Dr. Eliseo Perez-Table. Dr. Perez-Table is the director of the National Institute on Minority and Health Disparities at the National Institutes of Health. Dr. Perez-Table highlighted that while Hispanics have a longer life expectancy than other ethnic groups, a key distinction in the data was that the period of healthy life expectancy is shorter in Hispanic populations because Hispanics have a greater burden of chronic diseases like diabetes. The COVID-19 pandemic brought many of these issues into sharp focus. Hispanic communities were disproportionately affected by the virus, experiencing higher infection and mortality rates. These outcomes were tied to their underlying inequities. Hispanic workers were more likely to hold essential jobs where social distancing was difficult to achieve, more likely to live in multi-generational households, and less likely to have access to quality health care. Yet, despite those challenges, Hispanic and Latino communities have demonstrated incredible resilience. They have been at the forefront of essential work during the pandemic, keeping our economy going, our families fed, and our communities safe. As we reflect on these challenges, it's important to remember that celebrating Hispanic heritage means not just recognizing the past, but also looking forward to a future of fairness, equity, and opportunity. Addressing health disparities requires comprehensive and sustained efforts from all sectors of society, from government to healthcare providers, businesses, and communities themselves. We must focus on expanding access to affordable healthcare, invest in language and cultural competency, address social determinants of health, empower communities themselves, and lastly, invest in a healthcare workforce diversity. As we celebrate National Hispanic Heritage Month, let's be mindful that the fight for health equity is far from over. We've made significant progress, but we still have a long way to go to ensure that all people, regardless of race, ethnicity, or immigration status, have equal access to the care they need and deserve. The contributions of Hispanic and Latino communities of this country are immeasurable. Let us honor these contributions, not just with words, but with action, working together to eliminate health disparities, break down barriers, and ensure every person within our reach, within Houston Methodist reach, can lead a healthy, fulfilling life. I want to thank you all for being so attentive today. May you enjoy the uniqueness and the traditions that we honor during National Hispanic Heritage Month. Thank you. At this point, and with Monica's permission, I'd like to invite our next performers, Ballet Folclórico México en la Piel.
No bailé, no me dejaron nada. It's really pretty.